Michael Thomas.
I'd like to thank you guys for coming out today. I'd like to begin with a brief story. My friend's cousin had a history of problems with anxiety and eating. It got to a point where she lost so much weight that she couldn't have any blood flow to her fingertips. She was told to go see a doctor, of which she did, and her doctor prescribed her medicinal marijuana in the form of THC oil. She was skeptical at first, however, she began to notice results that happened immediately. She was able to deal with larger groups of people, and she was beginning to eat a lot more. She was overall a healthier person. This past year, she moved to Virginia, a state where she unknowingly could not receive the same treatment due to criminalization of marijuana in that state, as it is simply enforcing federal law. This story has led me to complete research in order to speak to you as lawmakers of Virginia in America today. The criminalization of marijuana is an issue that affects everyone. Marijuana should be legalized both for recreational and medicinal use. Patients suffering from AIDS and undergoing chemotherapy undergo struggles that make it difficult for them to eat or keep food down. Multiple patients also suffering from autoimmune deficiencies find their medicines creating other problems that bring other issues to themselves, of which marijuana can solve. Jails are also overcrowded as many officers are forced to arrest people for having small amounts of marijuana on them, which bring more people to jail. This creates a longer wait. This makes those awaiting trial have a longer delay in due process, which leaves non-violent, non-convicted felons in prisons much longer until their awaited court date. Also, state governments are struggling to create revenue to repair infrastructure, schools, and communities. Medicinal marijuana is used to induce hunger for AIDS patients, to assist those on chemotherapy to reduce nausea, to help those who are undergoing muscle or pain spasms, patients with glaucoma, and ironically, patients with asthma as a bronchodilator. Many pro-marijuana activists believe that further medicinal legalization can improve studying for other purposes of marijuana that can be beneficial to future society. Multiple studies have also shown that those suffering from irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, and multiple sclerosis, and even fibromyalgia may have low levels of endocannabinoid receptors, which are essential to maintaining homeostasis within biological functions. Marijuana has been used to treat these symptoms and provide a proper balance needed in these body systems. The recreational legalization of marijuana can be an economic solution, creating state revenue by taxing marijuana sales. Estimates to repair and upgrade our crippling infrastructure are at numbers of upwards to $3.6 trillion by the year 2020. Revenue can be used to repair roads, improving education, and offering more services and jobs to the public. Another interesting fact is that of all drug arrests in 2011, the Uniform Crime Report claims that 52% were all related into simple possession of marijuana. Recreational legalization would be a major decrease in those sentenced to prison for simple possession of marijuana. Also, less money would be available to keep organized crime on the streets, as less people would be turning toward drug dealers and would go towards state-owned local dispensaries. Imagine in the states that have disregarded the federal government in this sense, such as Colorado, which has raised over $1 billion in legal marijuana sales in 2016, alone topping $996 million in 2015. Imagine a nation that had similar effects per state through revenue. States like Colorado, Washington, Nevada, or Massachusetts could be used to generate upwards of $1 billion per state. Approximately more in populated states, upwards of the number of $50 billion per year, all going toward our community and all in turn helping us. Legalization of marijuana is a hot topic in recent years as more states begin to take initiative in decriminalizing marijuana. Despite being a social win for some, legalization is a win that affects all of us. Keep in mind that the criminalization of marijuana is an issue that affects the availability of other hemp-related products such as CBD, which is known for its anxiety-relieving, antibacterial, and cancer-killing properties. And even lotions and beauty products, that have certain levels above moderate or high levels of THC or CBD, are deemed illegal under this law. As people have a great effect on our democracy, writing and speaking with our politicians can contribute to more public awareness of the topic, and voting in favor of politicians to promote legalization can be useful tools. Interest groups such as the Marijuana Policy Project and the Campaign Restoration and Regulation of Hemp are great resources of which you can use information to understand how this is beneficial and how to get involved and support this movement. simply email your local congressman. Simply email the interest group rather, and you will receive a registration form in your inbox, of which you would simply send back and complete. Thank you for taking the time of learning more about the truths of marijuana and the multiple benefits that it has on everyday life. I hope I've cleared any misconceptions you may have. Please go and vote in favor of legalization or join one of these listed interest groups. Thank you.